And yeah, Dragon Ball Super actually has kind of grown on me. Like, I don't know. It started off pretty, like, not good. I don't know. I didn't like the beginning of it. They did the thing where, yeah, I don't know. They were going into, like, they did the thing where they, I don't know. Is it okay to spoil Dragon Ball Super? I'll try to be, like, sort of vague. But, like, there's, like, events that were happening like, way too fast. There was, like, too much stuff, like, happening too fast. And then stuff would just happen with, like, no story explanation, and we just have to accept it and then move on to the next thing or whatever. And then, like, there was some, like, I don't know, like, I mean, they've always had issues with, like, the power scaling. But you do have to, like, suspend your disbelief a bit. Just so that you could, like, try to enjoy it, you know? But when you look at, like, what the power levels were in, like, the Buu saga, and then they'll just be like, oh, they just trained, and now they're just as strong as Goku, you know? Oh, freaking, uh, like, Android 17 is a good example. Oh, Android 17, for some reason, even though he was only as strong as Piccolo in the Cell saga, even though he was at that level where he could not even take, like, wait, was he as strong as Cell? I think he was as strong as Cell, but he got, like, ambushed, I think, right? But then once he was imperfect Cell, then 18 couldn't even land a blow on him, and 17 was only a little bit stronger than 18. So 17 absolutely would not have been able to take on imperfect Cell. And then you imagine the power difference between imperfect Cell and perfect Cell was, like, huge. And then you imagine the difference in perfect Cell to Fat Buu, and then to, you know, Super Buu, to then, wait, didn't they say that the original, didn't they say that Kid Buu was actually, like, weaker than Super Buu with all the Z fighters absorbed? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, like, how that worked. Maybe that was some more wonkiness that we're supposed to just accept. But they're like, oh, it's his original form. I'm like, yeah, but he absorbed all of the, like, the strength of all these other, like, Z fighters or whatever. So he was, like, super duper mega strong. He lost all those people that were absorbed, got pulled out of him, and then somehow he got stronger after losing all that power. It's like, well, that doesn't freaking make any freaking sense. So, I mean, there probably is, like, an explanation, but it's probably not a very good one if I had to guess. But they're like, oh, it's because it's, like, the original. That's how he, that's how he's, like, stronger. It's like, well, but then when he absorbed the, that one Kai, what was it, like the South Kai or whatever, like the fat Kai that made him into Fat Buu? Is that what weakened him? Like, if he absorbs someone weaker, does he get weaker? It's like, no, he doesn't, because he got stronger when he absorbed Piccolo. That should have made him weaker. Yeah, I don't freaking know. But, so then imagine, we'll just say Fat Buu, and then whatever Buu. It's still, like, incredibly way stronger than imperfect Cell would have been. So then by the time they can go Super Saiyan Blue, like, by the time you get into Dragon Ball Super, now they're, like, more stronger, or whatever. And then Android 17 is just, like, as strong as Goku in his blue form or whatever. I'm just like, bruh. So like Android 17 just got, like 10,000 times, like, stronger, just, like, magically. And he wasn't even, like, training. They'll just be like, oh, I was training, and now he's, like, stronger. There's a point where, well, apparently they did the thing with Gohan where they made Gohan, like, weaker. They nerfed Gohan to be even weaker than after the Cell Saga. Like Gohan was still like pretty strong at the start of the Buu Saga. But then this time around in Dragon Ball Super, he made the joke. It was actually kind of a funny line. Well, it was funny, and also like the way he said it was like actually made it like funny too. Where I forget what the context was, but he was like, "I can still fight. I can still go Super Saiyan, maybe," or something like that. Like he had gotten so weak that he was possibly like not even sure if he was going to be able to go Super Saiyan. So he got like super duper like nerfed. But then they'll just be like, "Oh, Piccolo just trained him for like a day, and now he's like stronger than ever." Oh, they're wanting to trade with me. Oh, you fool. Oh, what a fool you are. If for some reason I can get Polly to give me Boardwalk for $1,000, we maybe actually end this game before we all die of old age. 1710. Oh, well, you know, it's not the worst offer ever, but I'm not giving you a damn property. And I'm not giving you $1,700. I'll give you $1,300. Take it or leave it, bitch. Alright, fuck you then. Oh my gosh, I've been playing this. This is all one session. I've been playing this for over 2 hours. Oh man, this is I'm definitely having to carry the commentary on this, which I think is really like interesting to do. I don't mind doing it. I just got done playing the complex found footage. You're basically just like walking around like empty rooms and empty like corridors, like liminal spaces. You're literally just like walking around by yourself and like nothing is happening. And somehow the game kind of like sucked me in like a weird way. And I definitely had to carry the commentary on that one too. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to just have the ability to do that. Just for the simple reason that like I think it's kind of cool to be able to do something that other people cannot do. I've been on the Let's Play subreddit enough, and I've seen enough people. Wait, no, I forgot. I'm saving my money for the railroad. I forgot. I've seen enough like other people that that just can't make commentary like very well. It's like, well, it doesn't have to be good. It just like they just can't I don't know, they just like can't do it. And I've also watched Let's Players where the person like doesn't know how to talk. And I'm not dogging them for not knowing how to do it if you're like a beginner. But I'm sitting here going like, okay, well, you know, I'll look through their thing and it's like, okay, you've made like 500 videos. If you've made 500 videos and you still don't know how to talk, like your ability to like make commentary is the same as it was on your first video, then maybe like I'm not going to say that you shouldn't do it, but like then whatever results you're getting, you should be satisfied with that. That's just your ceiling or whatever. Like that's your limit. I mean, or maybe they just don't care and they're not trying to improve. I mean, that's possible also. And maybe they're like literally just like doing it because they want to, which is perfectly legitimate. But you can tell the people that are used to like streaming. A lot of times people will they'll like post streams on YouTube. And they'll just be like not talking for like 99% of the stream. The only thing they'll be like running around and they'll just like loot a body and they'll be like, I'll take that. It's like, okay, well that, you know, and then they'll be like, you haven't said a sentence in like a minute. And then you said that one thing and then you don't say anything for like a minute after that also. It's like, you got to make more commentary than that. I mean, there's plenty of times where I'll just like not talk for a while until something pops into my head to like say. But like overall, I am like, you know, like I like, oh shit, don't do that. So it's like you don't have to be talking like all the time. You can't have like some dead air. Wait, no, I'm saving for that freaking thing. I keep forgetting. Okay. So even though I do pause from time to time for, you know, 10 or 15 or 20 seconds, like most of the video is me talking. And then, but for some reason, like some people will just upload like a 2 or 3 hour stream and the dude's like barely talking like at all, like throughout the whole thing. I'm just like, bro. Ugh. What was the reason I brought that up? Yeah, see, I don't remember. Go off on these tangents, and I can't remember what the original line of thinking was. But I do think it's kind of cool that I sort of have this knack, if you will. I sort of have this ability to just like make commentary for, you know, 2 hours, coming up on 2.5 hours on end with no one in the chat. This is not a stream. But I have seen streamers. There's a streamer that I watch, and you know, he's pretty funny. He's pretty entertaining. But you could definitely tell, like, it's a different, like, kind of, like, style of commentary, I guess. It's one thing to be entertaining and funny and to make commentary. It's another thing to do it when you don't have chat, like, feeding you, like, stuff to talk about. I was watching this one guy's stream, Let's Play or whatever, and there were, like, periods where, like, the chat would, like, not be, like, talkative. The chat would, like, not say anything for long periods of time. And you could definitely tell that he was kind of like, I mean, I don't know, like, I can't read his mind. I don't know how much he actually cared. But his ability to, like, talk and be, like, funny and entertaining would drop off a cliff when nobody in the chat was talking. And then he would be one of those people that's, like, barely saying anything. And he's probably fishing for stuff to say or whatever. Because it is easier to, it's easier to make commentary when you're just responding to someone. Because when the chat says something, all you have to do is reply to it. And then that could be your jumping off point for something you want to talk about or whatever. Whereas when you're by yourself, you don't have anyone to help you, like, get going, like, get the ball rolling on talking about something. So you literally, like, all of your commentary has to come, like, out of your brain. And I even watched, there was a Game Grumps episode where Aaron did the episode by himself. And, well, I think part of it is that you sort of get spoiled. Like, when you do dual commentary all the time, you get used to having that person there to kind of, like, help you out, you know, to help keep things flowing, you know. And when you're a streamer, if you usually have chat helping you out, like feeding you things to talk about, you sort of get, like, adapted to that or whatever, to where then when that's taken from you, when you don't have that, then you feel like, I don't know I can't think of a term, but you basically, like, you're not, like, in your element as much. And so there was an episode where Aaron did it by himself. And he, like, talked for a little bit, and he was just like, he's like, man, this is really hard to do, like, when you're by yourself. Like, I don't know how Markiplier does it. But it's like, yeah, it definitely is, different. It's a different, do I dare say skill set? Oh man, down to, $411. I'm only down $411 from when I overpaid like a mofo for that railroad. I don't know if skill set's, like, the term. Does something have to be marketable for it to be a skill? Wait, no, it doesn't. Well, I don't know. I was just gonna say, well, if you can juggle, that's a skill, but it's not like a marketable thing. It's like, well, it could be. But it's like being able to just like make commentary like infinitely. Like, is that a skill set? Like, is that a skill? I'm sitting here going like, well, for me, it doesn't feel like a skill, but it's like, well, it's because I have like a sort of like a natural like talent for it. So it doesn't feel like it as much for me because I sort of have the ability to do it naturally. So I guess I should be thankful that I didn't have to do the thing where I have to like work on it and like improve on it. I've said this in a video a while back. You know, I've been doing this for almost 8 years. And a couple years ago, I had already been doing it for several years. And a while back, I made the comment, I was like, the way I do commentary is still the same. I literally just like hit record and just like talk out my ass for the video. And so like I haven't taken any steps to like improve my commentary. Like the process has stayed the same from day one, you know. But I do sometimes still get the thing that I used to have when I first started YouTube. I did talk about this in the earlier days when it was happening. That what would happen is that I would have a hard time hitting the record button, and I would have a hard time thinking of like the first thing to say in the video. Like, what's the first sentence gonna be? And then I would like have a hard time thinking of that. And so it's like, well, I don't want to hit record if I don't know what I'm gonna like say, like right off the bat, you know. But then eventually I would hit the record button and then I would just make the video. And then after a while, I would sit there with the mouse hovering over the record button and I can't bring myself to click it. And then I would just tell myself, I was like, well, you know, the last 50 times I just hit record and started talking and everything was fine. So it's going to be fine this time too. And so that was kind of how I got over it. That feeling of, I don't want to say anxiety. I just wasn't like sure. I just didn't want to start because just coming up with the first thing to say was like it was like the only commentary that was like hard for me to come by was the very start. But then I would say, well, then once I start talking, once I get the ball rolling, then everything's fine. But just like starting the commentary was like kind of hard because I didn't know like how to start it. Like I didn't know what should be like the first thing I say. But that's gone away for the most part. When I played what do you call it? The Complex found footage, I actually did have a little bit of that. And I've had it with a couple other games over the years where I'm just like, man, like, what am I going to like talk about like for this entire game? Like, I'm going to have to, like, there's not like the game is not going to give me anything to talk about. So like, what am I actually going to like talk about? Like the thought occurs to me, but then I have enough experience at this point where it's like, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that I'm going to hit record and everything's going to be fine because it's always been fine. So even though I have that feeling, I have like the wherewithal and the confidence to know that even if I don't know how it's going to go, however it goes, it freaking goes. Oh, okay. I was about to say, please don't tell me that I did that backwards because I was on the left side. I thought I was on the right side last time. Okay, so $1,100 is the going rate. Look at that. All 4 railroads, baby. Woohoo. Oh, balls. Finally got them all. Okay, we're one step closer to ending this game. It'll be a long-ass game. Okay, so no one is safe anywhere on the board. Anyone could potentially land on a railroad. So this is one of those, this is like a variation of one of those like infinite clicker games where it's like, you make the number go up so that you can make the other number go up. So it's like buying that railroad is going to cause me to like get more money, which then I can use to get more monopolies. So getting that 4th railroad is like step 1 in me winning this game. Oh, you know, I just realized I've been playing this for 2.5 hours. I haven't done any, like, outros. I did the one intro at the start. And then I haven't done any other intros or outros. But, oh well. Oh, maybe I should do one. I do have to pee. I'll play for a few more minutes. And then I'll do it. And then we'll end an episode. I'll do a real outro. That'll give me an excuse to get up from the mic or whatever. Wow. Once Park Place just for free? Well, I got a deal. How about for free, you can go F yourself. Can I has Baltic? You motherfucker. Oh, wow. Really? Really, dude? Really? No. Go F yourself, dog. Oh, man. Boy, they had, like, the obnoxiously, like, insultingly bad, like, trades. The ones that humans probably make sometimes. Oh man, another good thing about owning all 4 railroads is that whenever someone lands on a railroad, I don't have to go, oh, is that one of the ones that I own? Because now I own all of them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I own all of the railroads. Yeah, I don't know. Owning all the railroads feels so effing good. Have I been in jail this entire game? I don't think I've been in jail once for this entire game. That's actually, like, kind of crazy for how long this game has gone on for. I'll do one more turn. And then we'll call it an episode. I should do a save state, too. Oh, man. Man, that purple one will be mine. I will buy it. I will have that other one. My hotel slum Lord Empire will be a thing that will exist. Once some of you pukes land on my railroads, I'll have enough money to pry it out of the cold dead fingers of, what's-his-face. Well, I'm not gonna kill him for it, but you know what I mean, right? Like, he doesn't want to give it up, but I'm gonna take it from him. I'm gonna offer him so much money that the computer, like, won't be, like, programmed to, like, reject that much money. Man, Polly's got $3,800 freaking dollars. Oh, that's a lot of money to go to me. Someday, all of this money that everyone has will be mine. I don't know. I feel like if the other players haven't given each other a monopoly, like, nobody's done any trades that resulted in any monopolies. 4,700? I didn't even know that she had so much. But if they're not gonna, like, usually, I mean, I already said this, but usually at some point they do a trade, and then one of the computers gets a monopoly, but they're not doing it this time for some reason. So I guess the game is just gonna go on and on until eventually I get monopolies. So yeah, I don't know why they're not, like, why did they not do the trades with each other. Usually by now, like, they would have had it, like the game usually doesn't go on for this long. Oh wait, I said I was gonna end it. Okay, let me do a save state. Oh, okay, so next time we'll see if we can get enough money saved up to buy the other purple one, and we'll get the hotels going, the slum hotels, and then I guess I'll start picking them off, the properties, one by one. We'll do the thing. We'll buy the properties, buy the things, and then wait, and eventually all of their money will be mine. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button before you go, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.